realized he
All
was
right, here he is.
from being
Here he is crying already.
cheating to winning a Call of Duty World
The big bitch.
This is the story of Dylan Envoy Hannon.
Where's
At a
Dylan?
young
Get
age,
Dylan here.
Envoy loved playing Call of Duty with his friends as many
Let's turn
do,
this up.
but he soon realized he was a lot better than them and was hungry for some competition. So he began entering online tournaments back in 2014, eager to test his skills against the very best.
This is when I
1 year
started
later,
competing.
Envoy started attending open events in the Advanced Warfare season when he was only 15 years of age. With fellow underage prospects like Kenny, it was clear the whole team was stars in the making.
Holy fuck,
finishing
I've
top
teamed with
6
Adam
at
Assault.
the final tournament of the season. This was a sign of things to
Vision,
come
appreciate the
going
prime, by
into
the way.
next year, but Envoy's dreams were shattered when Activision announced that every single tournament with the inception
this
of
is
the
when the demon was
CWL
born.
would
This is
now
when the
have an
demon
age
was born.
restriction of 18 years of age.
This is when he
forced Envoy into a temporary retirement, and he was no longer
This is when he
allowed
went
to
from Dylan
attend
to
pro
Envoy.
events for another 3 years. But Envoy didn't just give up there. Many of his peers went back to Halo or other games, but he continued to prove his worth in online tournaments.
Look at this guy
However,
cheating
he
his
would make
dick
a
off.
mistake that he still regrets to this day. While playing in a
Look at him.
UMG gaming
This
wager
guy
match,
is
Envoy
insane.
decided to plug in a keyboard and mouse strictly against the rules. This is known as keyboarding to many in the community.
If we're
and
watching
is
on
strongly
YouTube,
frowned upon as it can confer a significant
Oh my God, it's
advantage
so cool.
over regular controller
Hold
players.
on. We need to pause this because, like, if you're watching on YouTube, you didn't just see that. Bro, stream, peep this kid, yo. This guy, Dylan, is fucking
While playing
comedy.
in a UMG
Look
gaming
at
wager
him.
match, Envoy decided
He
to
doesn't
plug
even
in
give a fuck.
keyboard and mouse strictly against the rules. This is known as keyboarding to many in the community and is strongly frowned upon as it can
He
confer
didn't give
a
a
significant
fuck.
advantage over regular controller players. He was banned for this not just once, but multiple times, and garnered a bad reputation within the community as a result. Everyone became aware of his antics, and his reputation was tarnished. They hated him for cheating, and were confident that if he was to turn up on LAN, he would be exposed. But when Envoy finally turned 18, it was time for him to compete at the pro level again. The only problem, however, nobody wanted to team with him. But Envoy hoped this would be a chance to prove the doubters wrong and show that he was only using that keyboard for fun, and he could definitely make it work with a controller. Unfortunately, he was
Actually
faced with
typical.
the harsh reality that he had a long way to go to make it as a professional. In the 2 events he attended in 2018, Envoy could only place
God
top
damn.
80, yes, top 80 and top
God
48
damn, Dill.
before calling it quits for the rest of the year.
God damn, Dylan.
2018 was a big wake-up call for Envoy. He knew he was not good enough as it stood to hang with the best, and needed to put in more time and effort if he wanted to accomplish his dreams. Hoping to wipe the slate clean and start fresh in Black Ops 4, Envoy didn't get the start that he hoped for, placing top 40 at the
Jesus
first tournament in Vegas.
Christ.
And to make things worse, his team at the time, Midnight Esports, were drawn into a tough pool with 100 Thieves and Team Space at the Pro League qualifier. But in a shocking turn of events, Midnight Esports went flawless in their group,
Oh, yeah, this is
destroying
like-
professional teams to qualify for the CWL
Nah,
Pro League.
these guys were literally
Envoy
hacking
pulled
on
off
lane.
the
I don't know how.
#1
I don't know how they were beating
rating
people.
ratio at the event,
Jesus.
immediately
Wait, he
putting
was actually
himself
cheating.
on the map. To this day, this is one of the biggest underdog stories we have ever seen in COD. Midnight also got off to a strong start in the Pro League, winning 5 of their first 7 matches. They were early candidates for winning the next event in Fort Worth, but their momentum was soon derailed as Envoy and the rest of his teammates departed from the organization due to various contract issues and dramas. But Envoy was one of the
shit.
best players at the time, hands down, and it didn't take
shit.
long for him to receive an offer from a top
What
team
video is this?
in Gen G.
The world
where
champ who
he
aka
helped
banned
the
for
team
cheating,
make
aka
2
my
grand
teammate,
finals. As the
aka
regular season concluded,
Dylan
Envoy's performance earned him a
Swiper
selection
Envoy.
to the AllStar Game, an incredible
Cannon.
achievement for a player in his rookie season. Next up was the World Championship, the biggest event in Envoy's career up till this point. However, this would instead be the most heartbreaking moment in his career. Gen G, shockingly, failed to beat a single team in their group and finished the tournament in last place, top 32. From starting the season with a Cinderella story to finishing with heartbreak, the 2019 season was a roller coaster ride. But regardless of how it ended, it was very clear the future was bright for Envoy. As competitive Call of Duty transitioned into a franchise league, Envoy's performance in Black Ops 4 did not go unnoticed. he received a massive offer to play with the likes of Scump and Formel on the newly formed Chicago Huntsmen, as Envoy prepared himself
I didn't play
to
this game.
for the most popular team.
I would have
in the
had
league.
everyone though,
He
I
knew
swear
there
to
was
God.
more pressure on him to succeed. This was a big opportunity, and Envoy grabbed it with both hands.
Actually, like, barely played this game, bro.
Week in,
Barely.
week out with the SMG
This
at
is when I
hand.
took a break from COD.
Comparisons with the king himself were starting to be drawn by the fans.
Oh yeah, look at
and
this
Envoy
God
was
squad.
nominated for regular season
Absolute God
MVP.
squad.
He also received
On
the
that.
S&D Player of the Season award, and
were
nothing
pretty good.
demonstrates
They were pretty
this
good in this
better
game.
than this iconic match against the Minnesota Rocker, where Envoy carried Huntsman on his back
Vibes,
to
reset the prime,
complete
brother. 2 months.
a
Appreciate it.
5-0
Welcome
comeback,
back.
finishing the game with a ninja defuse.
You've been a hero throughout the entire game.
Hopping the bomb. This is such a Dylan Envoy play. That's such a Dylan Envoy play. He's hopping the bomb.
5-0 down.
As the championship weekend arrived, Envoy rose to the occasion to
that
ensure there
is
was not
wild.
a repeat of 2019. Against Optic Gaming Los Angeles in losers, he clutched the all-important 1v1 in Game 5, Round 11 to secure top 3.
Reload. No one can finish the kill. RC's picks up 2. It's all going to be on TJ now. 1v1.
Shit on Siege.
Huntsman win it. Envoy
Fucking
gets
shit
the
on.
kill in the 1v1.
This single kill may have changed the trajectory of Call of Duty in the future, with Optic Gaming Los Angeles owners Immortals deciding to sell the spot after this top 6 placement, meaning Hex could acquire it again with Optic Chicago, and the Los Angeles Thieves were able to enter the league. If Envoy loses that 1v1 and Optic Gaming Los Angeles go further, none of that may ever have happened. Unfortunately for Huntsman, they could not overcome FaZe in the next round, but a 3rd place finish was respectable considering this was only his 2nd ever World Championship.
We fucking trolling. Fuck off, DoorDash. You already get a lot of my money, bro. I don't need more fucking ads from you. I promise. I fucking promise. Motorola, I'm never buying this dog shit phone either. Get this off my screen.
Another curveball was thrown Envoy's way in the offseason, as the CDL decided competitive would be returning to 4 versus 4 action. But as Envoy awaited the news on who would be dropped from his team, the news broke out that
Bro,
Huntsman
Femur,
would be
chill
rebranding,
out,
as
bro. I'm not getting
mentioned, to
YouTube
Optic
Premium.
Chicago.
Like,
And
what?
once again, Envoy was selected by Scump & Co. to play for
Oh,
the team.
this God
It was
Squad
becoming
stream.
increasingly evident
Fuck
that
me,
Envoy
this
was being
God
groomed
Squad.
to take his place
Wow.
when Scump retired. As Envoy continued
Look
to
at these.
impress, the fans, Hex among them, began to refer to him as the Prince, a fitting nickname that reflected his promising future in the CDL. Expectations were sky high as Envoy looked to firmly establish himself as an MVP level player. Unfortunately for Optic though, it was a season to forget, as they failed to make a single grand final all season.
Fuck
The
me,
closest they
Bill.
came was at
Fuck
Major
me.
5, where
Oh
they
my
were
God.
on the verge of
Toby
making the
Kleenex,
finals.
32 and 22.
Toronto Ultra
Here they
shut
are.
down those dreams like they did all season long.
Here they are.
Envoy was named an all-star player for the 2021 season, but this still wasn't enough to silence the doubts around him, as he dealt with questions around his playstyle. At Major 2, he was blamed for throwing his life away as accuracy clutched a 1 versus 3
Bro,
on the
see?
rest
Hold
of
on.
his
We're
teammates,
pausing it.
and there were
because now I'm
many
watching
questions.
See, like, this is why, bro. You guys gotta save your money. You're buying YouTube Premium. It's like $16 a month, bro. You can't just wait 30 seconds or 30 or a minute. It ain't that bad.
Raised by TJ and Kenny of Los Angeles Thieves that Envoy's flanking playstyle was becoming far too predictable and was exposing the rest of his team. Envoy was usually the scapegoat for the roster, and it seemed
true,
only
though?
a matter of time before they dropped him.
Is this true, though?
Optic were not
$20
sold
a
on his
month?
ability to
Bro,
keep up
exactly.
with other superstar SMGs, and with the Texas merger happening, decided to move forward with Shotzi instead.
Oh, here
But
he
that
is.
was when Nate and the
Castro.
Los Angeles Thieves got on the phone, and he immediately jumped for the opportunity. This was his chance to show
I have
everyone that Optic
Twitch
should
Turbo,
not have
though.
dropped him, and that he was still one of the best SMGs in the league. At the preseason tournament, the Kickoff Classic, Envoy scored revenge.
Bro, stream,
taking
I
out
was
Optic
stream.
3-1.
I was
And while
having
many
these in
Optic fans
scrims.
were
When I
still
scrimmed them,
firmly
I
in
was
support of
having
Envoy,
these.
the nickname the
I was
Dark
having
Prince
them in
began
Vanguard.
to
Having.
emerge, recognizing Envoy's role as the
Sam
villain
thought I was
against
cheating.
his former team. But the
Sam
first
thought I was
two
literally
majors were
cheating. I swear to
extremely
God.
tough for the Thieves. They placed top 6 and top 8 respectively, a massive underachievement for the level this roster was expected to reach. A roster change seemed inevitable, but the team surprisingly rode out the storm, making a role change with Kenny and Draza and bringing in another coach. The decision paid dividends as they placed second at the very next tournament. As the team continued to put in more effort, they finally delivered for the franchise, winning Nadeshot Los Angeles Thieves' first ever major in New York at Major 4.
I was there. I remember that. I won Boston literally the weekend before.
Championship. An Envoy rose to the occasion.
I won challengers in Boston the week before.
Stop the clock for a moment, but immediately met by Envoy as Dylan Adam has picked
3-piece.
up 3 in a row.
3-piece. 4-piece. 4-piece. Oh, look at him in his corners. 5, 6. Oh, nah, see.
Envoy was officially a world champion. From placing dead last in 2019 to a roller coaster ride over the next couple of years to winning it all just 3 years later. An absolute dream come true. But LA Thieves did not get complacent and their momentum continued into the 2023 season. They made the grand final of the second major, but fell short to fierce rivals Atlanta FaZe. But as they put more and more time into learning the game, they were once again candidates to win a major. And at Major 4, they got revenge on FaZe on their way to securing their third major as a team. Envoy was now a 5-time champion. Over the course of his career, Envoy faced both triumphs and tribulations on his
Oh, he's not going to bring up champs? They're not going to bring up champs?
He faced setbacks along
no.
the way. He remained committed
not
to his
2023 champs? Because Daddy was there and he shut this shit down real quick. He shut this shit down real quick.
Successful career to
but we'll
come.
give him Vanguard. We'll give him it.